The story begins with us seeing a sharpshooter named Drasa, who has been hiding in a tunnel for the past several hours. Actually, she is waiting for her target here. Drasa had been given the task to kill a government official at the nearby airport. Just a little while later, a plane lands on the runway. As soon as Drasa spotted her target, she took him out with a single shot from several kilometers away. Drasa carries out this job with such precision that the guards present there don't even realize who fired the shot and from where. After completing the mission, Drasa goes to her mother's grave, where her father is already present. Here we learn one more thing about Drasa. Whenever she kills someone with her rifle, she keeps the bullet casing with her, and then she hands these bullet casings over to her father. Actually, Drasa was a contract killer, meaning she used to kill people for money and had killed many people by now. She did not like killing people at all, but now this work had become her profession. Therefore, Drasa would hand over those bullet casings to her father so that her pain would lessen a little. Drasa tells her father, "I have gotten another new project that will last a full year. Perhaps during this time, I won't be able to meet you." To which Drasa's father replies, "You come every year and hand me some bullet casings, but next year it won't be like this. My cancer is now in the last stage. I don't have much time left, and if I don't die in the coming days, I will end my life myself on February 14th, Valentine's Day, because I have no reason to live anymore. Your mother is also dead and you only come to see me once or twice a year because of your work. So, this might be our last meeting." Hearing this, Drasa's eyes well up with tears. Now the scene shifts here, and we see the second lead character of this story, Levi. Levi's life was not going well at all. He often had terrible nightmares, and sleep would flee from his eyes. One night, when his eyes open from a bad dream, Levi comes out of his house and arrives at the seaside. Here he feels a little better and starts writing something in his diary. Just then, Levi suddenly gets a message on his phone. In that message, he is given an address. He is told to reach there as soon as possible. Levi, without wasting any time, arrives at a military base, and there he meets a lady officer whose name is Bardo. During the conversation, we find out that Levi is not an ordinary person, but an army officer. But now he is retired, and not just that, he had also been a deadly sniper. He had killed over 200 people through sniping so far. Bardo says to Levi, "I want to send you on a mission because you are a very good sniper, and only you can do this." But before sending him on the mission, Bardo asks Levi a very important question. "If you go on this mission, is there anyone left behind who will remember you?" Hearing this, Levi finds it a bit strange. But then he replies, "No, I have no one left in this world anymore." Hearing this, the lady tells Levi, "You get ready. In a few hours you will be sent on that mission, and you have to stay there for a year." After this, Levi is knocked unconscious, and when his eyes open, he finds himself on an airplane. Levi can't understand where he is being taken and what kind of mission has been assigned to him. So, Levi asks a soldier present there, "Where am I being taken?" But that soldier gives no answer to Levi's question. He just says, "Give us your ID and watch. You will get all this back when your mission is completed." A little while later, that soldier tells him, "Now it's time for you to get off the plane. In just a few minutes we are going to enter a no-flying zone area. We do not have permission to go beyond this point." He only says this much. After landing, you will have to walk 32 kilometers north alone. Then you will reach your mission location. But the same thing was still running in Levi's mind. He asks the soldier again, "Where are we going exactly?" To this, the soldier replies, "I do not have permission to answer this question. There is a microphone in my uniform. If I tell you about this place, I could be fired from my job or even killed." Hearing this, Levi's breath catches in his throat. After this, he is given a parachute, and as the plane door opens, Levi jumps out and lands safely. But the real game begins now. He has to cover the 32-kilometer distance on foot. It takes Levi 2 days walking on foot, and after completing the long journey of 2 days, finally he reaches that place. He sees that this is a very deserted area, where not even birds are visible, let alone humans. Then he meets a man named JD. JD was here on a mission for a year. Now his duty is over. Therefore now Levi will take his place. JD takes Levi towards a watchtower. After reaching the top of the tower, Levi still couldn't understand what work he had to do here. When he asks JD this question, JD replies, "There is a very deep trench here, which has been given the name The God. It is a very mysterious and deep trench whose bottom no one has been able to reach till today. Your job is very simple. You have to guard this trench. After that, he tells Levi the strict rules of this place. He says, "You can only call headquarters once a month from here. No matter what happens, don't expect to connect with the outside world. This tower, which we call the West Tower, right opposite it is the East Tower. It belongs to Russia. A guard is also on duty there, but there is no contact allowed between the two of you. You just have to focus on your duty. And yes, be ready for danger at all times because you could be attacked at any moment here. There are automatic guns here and lots of landmines planted below. If the bullets run out in the automatic guns, always keep them reloaded because the automatic guns will be very useful during an attack. And the last thing, if you ever hear a loud siren sound here, you run away from here without thinking." JD says, "I don't know why it's said like that either, but I am telling you exactly what the previous duty worker told me." Levi listens to all his words carefully, but his question was only one. He asks, "What is here exactly that such strict security has been placed?" Just then, JD takes out a grenade and throws it into that deep trench. As the grenade explodes in the depths of the trench, a strange, terrifying sound begins to echo from there. That sound was not human at all. It was from something hiding in the darkness. JD looks at Levi and says, "This sound you are hearing is from those creatures we call hollow men. These creatures live inside this pit, and your duty here is to not let any creature come out from inside this pit." It is said that in 1940, 2,400 US Army soldiers were sent inside this pit so that those soldiers could eliminate all the creatures inside it. But till today, not a single soldier returned alive. And now JD, after giving Levi all the information about everything, started preparing to go back home because he had completed a year of duty here. Now Levi had to do duty here for a year. JD bids farewell to Levi and leaves from here. He was very happy because after a year he was going home. But he didn't know that something was going to happen to him next that is scary even to think about. After reaching the location, as soon as JD smokes, a helicopter comes to pick him up. That helicopter throws a rope down for him, and JD starts climbing up into the helicopter using this rope. A soldier sitting in the helicopter first confirms JD's identity. When JD gives him all his information, the soldier sitting in the helicopter first shoots JD and then cuts his rope, making him fall down. Now one thing was clear here. Whoever comes to this place never gets to return. After this, we are shown the scene of the next day. Levi starts doing his job. First, he checks some reports here and reloads the automatic guns that have run out of bullets. Days pass like this, and then a month. Now Levi started feeling this place was boring. He thinks, "Do I have to stay here all alone for a year? No conversation with anyone and no entertainment." So, to pass the time, he thinks of reading the books kept in the cupboard. When he takes the books out of the cupboard, suddenly his eyes fall on the wall behind the cupboard. Some notes are written on that wall. These were the notes of all the people who had done their duty in this tower before. Every note mentioned fear, loneliness, and the dangers of the hollow men. One day, Levi hears the sound of a machine running from the West Tower. Levi quickly tries to look at the East Tower from afar through his telescope, and then he sees a girl, and this girl is none other than Drasa, who, because of her good sniping, had been given duty on this tower. As soon as he sees Drasa's beauty, Levi's eyes get fixed on her. But Levi couldn't talk to her, because doing so was forbidden against the rules, and Drasa had also found out about Levi sitting in the West Tower. Now days pass like this, and both of them think whether they should talk to each other or not. A few days later, it's Drasa's birthday. Drasa, overwhelmed by loneliness, feels that she needs to talk to someone. She tries to talk to Levi. Drasa asks Levi through a whiteboard, "What is your name?" To this, Levi, remembering the rules, says that giving names is not allowed. But Drasa, smiling, tells her name, "My name is Drasa." Levi, without thinking too much, also tells his name. Drasa says that today is my birthday, and Drasa starts dancing, celebrating her birthday. Drasa asks Levi, "Do you know how to dance?" Levi says, "No, I don't know how to dance at all." To which Drasa asks, "Then what do you know how to do?" Levi, answering, writes on the board, "I can do shooting a little bit good." Here, Drasa places a small bottle in front of him on her tower to check his shooting skills, and Levi, aiming at his target, blows that bottle apart with a single bullet. Now, Drasa was not one to be left behind either. She also shows off her shooting skills by making a perfect shot at a small bottle kept in Levi's tower. From this, Levi realizes that Drasa is not an ordinary girl, but a deadly sniper. Slowly, their conversation starts to increase. Drasa and Levi begin to understand each other. But just then, while they are engrossed in conversation, Drasa's eyes suddenly go towards the pit below. She sees that some terrible creatures, meaning hollow men, are rapidly climbing towards the west tower. She quickly alerts Levi. "Look down! Some creatures are advancing towards you." As soon as Levi looks down, his eyes widen in shock. Not just one or two, but thousands of creatures are moving upwards. Without wasting any time, he picks up his sniper rifle and starts shooting the creatures one by one. But the number of creatures is so large that Levi cannot handle them alone. Therefore, Drasa also starts raining bullets with her machine gun. Now the creatures start advancing towards the west tower, meaning towards Drasa. Both of them start killing these creatures from their respective sides. But then Levi sees that one creature has reached the top of Drasa's tower. And just as that creature is about to attack Drasa, Levi from the east tower uses his incredible sniping skills and kills that creature. Now both Levi and Drasa realize that to survive in this dangerous place, they will have to fight together. After handling everything, Drasa says, "This was the best birthday of my life." The next morning, Levi fixes the landmines planted below and reloads the automatic guns. Just then, suddenly, a drone emerges from inside the trench. That drone looks towards Levi for a few seconds. The drone scans in a strange way. Seeing this, Levi is astonished and doesn't understand why and for whom this drone was sent. Days pass like this, and then months. After these two became friends, their days were passing well now, and they didn't feel lonely at all. But one day, Drasa is very sad because today was the 14th of Feb, and she remembers that her father had said that if he didn't die from cancer in the coming days, he would kill himself on the 14th of Feb. And here, Drasa writes on the board and tells Levi, "Today I am feeling very lonely. It would have been very good if someone was with me today." Levi had also wanted to meet Drasa since the first day, and today he cannot hold himself back. He makes a plan to go to Drasa. He manages to reach the east tower using a rocket launcher. The next morning, he uses the rocket launcher to throw a strong rope towards Drasa. After that, Drasa comes outside the tower and ties the rope firmly to a tree so that Levi can reach the east tower by hanging from the rope. Without delay, Levi starts moving towards the east tower using that rope, but he gets stuck in the middle because the slope of the rope ended ahead. Therefore, Levi now starts moving forward using his hands, and after traveling for about half an hour using his hands, he reaches Drasa's tower. Drasa welcomes him and says, "You smell very strongly of bad sweat, so first, you take a shower, then I will meet you." Hearing this, Levi laughs. He doesn't say anything, just nods in agreement. Here, Drasa playfully hides his clothes far away and is watching Levi through the CCTV camera, who is showering in the tower's shower. After that, Levi and Drasa sit together and talk for a long time. Drasa tells him her whole story and says that now she has no one left in this world. Only my father was alive. But by yesterday, he must have killed himself too. Here, Levi also tells Drasa about the terrible nightmares he gets at night and stories from his days when he was in the US Army. Talking like this, it becomes night. Drasa plays some soft music here. Both of them start dancing to the tune of the music. During this dance, they start getting closer to each other, and romance begins between them. After a while, Levi looks at Drasa and says with a smile, "I wrote a poem for you. I will give you that poem when we get out of here." The next day, Levi had to return to his west tower. He says goodbye to Drasa and starts moving towards the west tower using the rope. Drasa keeps watching him go. But then we see that some creatures are advancing towards the tower. One of those creatures hits a landmine planted there, and a powerful explosion occurs. The iron parts from the exploded landmine fly into the air, and one of those parts hits the rope, causing the rope to break, and he falls rapidly into that trench. Seeing Levi fall, Drasa, without thinking, picks up her parachute and also jumps into that trench. After falling into the depth of the trench, Drasa starts flowing in a river with a fast current. She somehow manages to get out of the river and reaches the shore. On the other hand, Levi is lucky that he had fallen onto a large tree and got stuck. After falling from such a height, he gets many injuries, but his life is saved. As soon as his eyes open, he sees a large insect advancing to attack him. He tries to save himself, but then the tree branch breaks, and Levi falls onto the tree roots below. As soon as he falls, the tree roots start taking him in their grip and seize Levi. Before these roots could kill Levi, Drasa arrives there. She quickly takes out a knife and starts cutting these roots. This frees Levi. After this, Levi and Drasa start looking around. Silence and an atmosphere of fear are spread everywhere. Then suddenly some creatures emerge from behind the trees and attack them. A big fight breaks out between them here. Levi handles his gun and fires the first bullet straight into the head of one creature. One after the other, both of them together finish off both creatures. Here, Levi's eyes fall on the creature's dead body. He sees that the creature was wearing the same army uniform that American soldiers used to wear in the old days. Seeing this, Levi's hair stands on end. Then he remembers JD's words when he had told that in 1940, a large group of 2,400 soldiers had been sent into this trench, and those soldiers never returned. After that, Levi and Drasa reach a strange, terrifying place. The scene here was like a bad dream. Rotten human bodies were lying everywhere, and the strangest thing was that trees and plants had grown out of these bodies. It seemed as if some deadly virus had taken this place in its grip. Then suddenly, there is some movement from between the trees. Levi and Drasa understand that the creatures are following them again. Scared, the two start running fast and enter a broken-down church. After closing the door, they see a strange sight in front of them. Human corpses were lying everywhere. Their condition made it seem like they had taken their own lives to escape this virus. Suddenly, a large spider jumps on Drasa, and many more spiders emerge. These spiders are quite large in size. As soon as the spider attacks them, Levi and Drasa together finish it off. On the other hand, the creatures break the church door and come inside. To save their lives, Levi and Drasa start firing at them and somehow manage to escape from the church. Then Levi's eyes fall on an old tunnel made in the mountain ahead. They both immediately enter that tunnel. Inside, they discover that it is actually an old lab. Broken glass, machines, and old rusty containers were lying everywhere. Here, Levi finds an old DVD cassette. Levi plays the DVD and a girl appears on the screen. That girl says, "We were working on a secret chemical missile project here. There were hundreds of scientists with us. But one day, an earthquake occurred here. The strong tremors of the earthquake caused the missile's chemical to leak. The poisonous chemical started mixing in the air. Within hours, people started getting infected by the virus." The girl, showing her stomach, says, "I am also infected. However, we told the military everything. We told them to bomb and destroy this entire area so the infection wouldn't spread further, but they didn't listen to us." After watching this video, Levi finds a modern computer there. Levi doesn't understand how a computer of today's era is placed in this place. Levi turns it on and is stunned after seeing the information stored in it. He finds out about a company named Dark Lake that works on creating paramilitary forces. This company collects samples from the infected people here and conducts experiments on them to convert their country's soldiers into super soldiers. This is why no country wants to destroy this place. Additionally, Levi also finds out that this trench has a very large missile. When activated and exploded, it will destroy everything within a 4.2-kilometer radius. Levi and Drasa understand the whole secret. They find out that the Lady Bartow who had sent them here is the owner of this place and is misusing it. And to keep this place secret, Lady Bartow always chose a person for duty here who had no one to ask about them, and that person is killed after completing a year of duty here, just like JD was killed, so that he couldn't come out and tell the world about this place. After learning all this, as soon as they step out, a horseback riding creature grabs Drasa with a rope and takes her away. Levi wanders here and there searching for Drasa, but he couldn't find her anywhere. Then Levi reaches a place where a large missile was kept. This was the same missile that Levi had learned about from the Dark Lake Company's computer. Levi had clearly understood everything. Actually, when the people who had previously been in the watchtower used to say that if you hear a siren sound, you should run away from here as soon as possible, They were actually talking about this missile. On the other hand, Trasa, now in the creature's custody, tries to free herself, and somehow she manages to break free. As soon as she is free, a fight breaks out between Trasa and the creature. Levi also arrives there while searching for Trasa and immediately attacks the creature, and together they set it on fire and burn it. And now it's time for these people to get out of here. But the path ahead was even more difficult. As Levi and Trasa move forward, a dangerous area comes ahead, where getting through was a very big challenge. Here, humans and plants were completely fused together, as if they were the result of some dangerous experiment. Anyway, these people move forward carefully when suddenly Trasa's foot slips, activating the plants. They grab Trasa, but here Levi shows courage and moves forward, using all his strength to free Trasa. He uses a bomb to blow up the entire plant system there. Levi gets Trasa and comes out of there. After walking a little further, they see a garage where a car is parked. Both of them quickly get into that car and try to get away from that place. Finally, after covering some distance, they see a rope that goes up to the watchtower. But now those creatures had also reached there, pursuing them. Now, if they climbed up by holding the rope with their hands, these creatures would kill them. So Levi smartly ties the jeep to the rope and starts climbing up. They tie the jeep to the rope so that both of them can sit in the jeep and have their hands free to fight the creatures. The creatures attack them, and a big fight breaks out between them here. But those creatures were far greater in number, therefore they were overwhelming them. Here, an idea comes to Levi's mind. He leaks the jeep's petrol tank onto these creatures, causing the leaking oil to ignite, setting all those creatures on fire, and finally these people cut the jeep's rope and let it fall down. This kills all the creatures. In this way, these people finally succeed in climbing up. Now both of them had found out that even if they completed a full year of duty here, they would still be killed in the end. Therefore, now the two of them make a big decision. They will not protect this place anymore, but will instead destroy it, so that no other soldier gets trapped here like they did and the misuse of this place stops. After doing all this, the two of them will go far away from here and start a new life. Here, Trasa says, "I have a place to hide in France. We will go there, get married, and spend the rest of our lives there." Levi agrees with Trasa and now says, "I have to go back to my tower. I will go there and plant a bomb in the tower, and also activate this missile, which will destroy this entire place." After that, Levi reaches his tower using the rope. Meanwhile, Lady Bartow contacts Levi and questions him. "Did you go inside that pit? Because someone turned on our computer." Levi lies here and says, "No, I didn't go there." But Bartow knows that Levi is lying. She had seen everything on the security cameras, that both Levi and Trasa had gone inside the pit. Still, she pushes her point further and says, "If you didn't go, then obviously it was the work of that guard in the West Tower. You do one thing, kill that person in the West Tower, i.e. Trasa, because she broke the rules." Here, Levi says yes, but Bartow had already figured out that he wouldn't kill her, and she understood that these two were now going to escape from here and would tell the world about this place once outside. That's why she herself arrives here in a helicopter. But before Bartow's arrival, the two of them had made all their preparations. Levi goes quite far from the tower and takes the longest shot of his life, firing directly at the tower that was connected to the missile below, causing a loud siren to start blaring. Now they had little time. These two start running fast, because when the missile explodes, it will destroy a 4.2 kilometer area. Both Levi and Trasa start running towards the jungle with all their might. Trasa manages to get quite far away from that place, saving her life. But Levi had an injury in his leg, so he couldn't run fast. On the other hand, Bartow had also realized that the missile was going to blast soon. Exactly at that moment, the missile activates and a huge explosion occurs, starting to destroy the entire trench. This blast was so terrible that its flames and shockwaves spread far, and Bartow's helicopter also gets caught in the blast and she is killed right there. Trasa had managed to cover the 4.2 kilometer distance, but Levi gets caught in the blast's impact, and the strong wind from the explosion throws him into the water. On the other hand, all the creatures in the trench are killed. Now, only Trasa had survived alive in that explosion, and she stood on a high place waiting for Levi. Waiting and waiting, it becomes night. But there is no sign of Levi. she understands that Levi is no longer alive. After that, the story shifts a few months forward. Trasa reads the poem written by Levi. In every word, she feels the memories of Levi. With tears in her eyes, she tries to hold her heart together. Now Trasa starts a new life, working as a waitress in a hotel in France. But then suddenly one day, Levi appears, standing in front of Trasa. He was alive. Seeing Levi, Trasa's eyes widen in disbelief. Overjoyed, she runs and hugs Levi. And with this, the story ends. If you liked the video, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video.